The Combat Academy's morning assembly promised glory, but this year it would deliver a reckoning. Headmaster Rio ascended the podium, a list in hand, his gaze sharp as a blade.
The following students have earned the highest honors: Hiroki Asahi, Hiroki Yamato, Hiroki Sato, Hiroki Inoue, and Hiroki Suzuki.
From different sections of the hall, 5 students rose, each wearing a different house crest, yet moving with identical precision.
One wrong blink, and the whole house of cards collapses.
To the untrained eye, they were simply 5 top scholars, but their uniforms flickered with borrowed colors. Hours later, in a cramped dorm room, the act finally ended. The 5 figures dissolved, their outlines bleeding into one exhausted boy.
Just a little longer. As long as nobody connects the dots, I won't starve.
He had climbed into the academy as 5 people, but surviving as one was its own battle. But the perfect scholar was built on a foundation of cold streets and borrowed meals. As a child, Hiroki survived by shifting into the faces of servants, working for scraps until suspicion forced him to vanish.
Another kitchen, another stolen hour. If I don't get caught, I eat tonight.
The day his skill awakened officially, the world didn't celebrate. It tried to cage him. A Hunter Association operative offered him purpose as a spy. He saw only another leash.
I'd rather starve than be your tool. I am not a weapon.
So he ran toward the only legitimate path that could feed him, the academy. The academy.
1 scholarship isn't enough, but 5 could buy a future.
He forged 5 applications, sat 5 exams, and wore 5 faces, each with his real first name.
Hiroki Asahi, Hiroki Yamato, Hiroki Sato, Hiroki Inoue, Hiroki Suzuki. Nobody remembers the surnames anyway.
The entrance exams demanded a precision that would break most people. Hiroki sat them 5 times in one day, each face slightly different.
Don't mix up the handwriting. Don't use the wrong signature. 1 slip and it's over.
When the results posted, 5 names, all Hiroki, burned across the top of every list. He claimed the scholarships, and the academy welcomed him as 5 separate prodigies. The exhaustion was immediate. In the crowded halls, a classmate named Rin began to notice a peculiar absence.
It's strange. I've never seen Hiroki Sato and Hiroki Inoue in the same room, not once.
She's paying too much attention. 1 curious classmate could unravel everything.
And Rin wasn't the only one watching. Headmaster Rio had already started pulling records.
The net is tightening, but I've survived worse. Just keep moving.
He had fooled an entire academy, but the act was already showing cracks. In his office, Headmaster Rio spread out 5 files, each labeled Hiroki, each telling an identical story.
Attendance overlaps, identical scores. Not even twins could manage this. They're 1 person.
Across the academy, Hiroki received a crisp envelope, the official summons to the mid-year ceremony.
All 5 top scholars on stage together? That's a death sentence.
Rio had engineered a perfect trap. He saw no student, only a fraud to be crushed.
I can't be 5 people at once. I need an excuse, a delay, anything.
He filed requests, but Rio denied them all. The headmaster intended to force a reckoning.
3 days. That's all I have to figure out a way to survive this.
In the silent dorm, the invitation lay on the bed, a countdown to his unmasking. He had climbed into the academy as 5 people, but the platform they demanded could only hold 1.
3 days. They'll call 5 names, and I can't be in 5 places at once. This might be the end.
He had tried to make a friend. Years ago, in a cramped kitchen, he let his face slip for a second. The other boy saw the shift and ran, screaming. Hiroki never reached out again.
Monster. That's what he called me, and he was right.
Hiroki, you've been staring at that letter like it's going to explode. Is everything okay?
It's nothing. Just the usual pressure from the headmaster. I'll handle it.
I don't believe you. You look like you haven't slept in days. Please, let me help.
I said I am fine. Back off, Rin. If she knew, she'd call me a monster too. Just like the last one.
The ceremony was tomorrow, and he was still 1 person. Daiki, A rival with a sharp eye had been watching the five prodigies from the start.
Their movements are identical. Their scores are identical. Something is deeply wrong.
He gathered application photos. The faces didn't quite match the students who walked the halls.
Headmaster Rio, I have proof the 5 Hiroki scholars are a single fraud.
Excellent work, Daiki. The ceremony will be his stage and his reckoning.
I'll be the one who exposes him. The entire academy will know Daiki was right.
Rio saw a weapon in Daiki's hunger, a tool to tighten the noose before the ceremony.
Once I show these photos in front of everyone, he's finished. I'll tear his lies apart.
The trap was not just a stage. It was a trial the headmaster intended to broadcast.
By this time tomorrow, the academy will have its lesson, and the fraud will have nothing.
Hiroki, I can see you are barely holding it together. Whatever secret you are carrying, please, trust me.
Trust? You just brand me a fraud and walk away. Now move.
He snapped his head away, but the damage was done. For an instant, Inui's features bled through Asahi's face.
That was Sato? No, it was him. The same eyes, the same bones. How is that possible?
It's a glare. Your eyes are playing tricks because you are obsessed. Drop it.
She didn't drop it. The silence between them thickened with everything unspoken.
The 5 Hirokis. They're never seen together because they can't be. Because he's all of them.
She's piecing it together. I have to disappear. Just one more day, then I'll vanish.
He retreated to his dorm, the invitation still on the bed, counting down the hours until the ceremony. By dawn, the academy would witness the truth Rin was starting to grasp, a truth she couldn't yet voice. Combat training threw Asahi and Daiki together, a match the smirking rival had been waiting for.
Come on, Asahi. Show me what a top scholar can do, or are all 5 of you just paper prodigies?
He's trying to force a slip. If I lose here, the rumors will explode.
Daiki pressed harder, each strike designed to humiliate, and Hiroki's stamina was already frayed.
Is this the best the scholarship holders can offer? I expected more from the great Hiroki dynasty.
Cornered and desperate, Hiroki's aura ignited, a spiraling corona of blue flame, identical to Yamato's signature technique. An instructor's eyes narrowed. That technique belonged to a different house, and a different Hiroki. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Some students muttered about clones, others about a shared academy secret.
I had no choice. Now the whole academy sees the connection. Just one more slip, and it's over.
The combat ground had become another stage for his unraveling, and the ceremony was only hours away. The morning sun cut through his dorm window like a verdict. He had no plan, no escape, and 5 names about to be called.
If I confess now, I save a shred of dignity. But they'll expel me and blacklist my name forever.
He fired off excuses, illness, family emergencies. But every door had been sealed. The headmaster had forbidden absences. By order of the headmaster, all scholarship recipients must attend. Absence will result in forfeiture of all awards.
No choice. I'll shift faster than I ever have. 5 faces, 5 seats, 10 minutes. Don't blink.
The assembly hall filled to capacity. Banners of the 5 houses hung overhead as the mid-year ceremony began.
Welcome to the mid-year ceremony. Today we honor the students who have shown exceptional talent.
Hiroki sat as Asahi, red crest pinned to his chest. His hands were clammy, his heartbeat a countdown.
One name called, then another. The stage will swallow me whole.
The first scholarship recipient, Hiroki Asahi.
Just take the medal and get out. Don't trip, don't flicker. The whole academy is watching for a crack.
Congratulations, Asahi. The academy is proud to count you among its best.
I request a brief recess. The restroom. I'll be back shortly. Shift. Now. Asahi's face melts into Yamato's. The bones crackle, the skin burns. Hold it together.
He slipped back into the hall, under a blue crest, but the headmaster was already summoning the next name.
Hiroki Yamato, the second scholarship holder. Please proceed to the stage.
A ripple of confusion swept the crowd. Asahi's seat was a glaring absence, and the whispers began to swell.
Effective immediately. All scholarship recipients will remain on the platform until the full ceremony is complete. No departures.
He's locking the door. I am on stage as Yamato, but the other four are fading ghosts. I can't survive this.
Hiroki, Yamato, step forward, receive your honor, and take your place among the accused.
The hall hushed as Ryo's voice rang again. Hiroki Sato. But the gold-crested seat remained empty.
Sato's seat is miles away. I can't shed Yamato's skin without the whole academy seeing.
Hiroki Inoue, come forward. The academy honors perseverance, though absence is its own confession.
2 more empty seats. 2 more stolen names. The crowd's murmur sharpened into accusation. Ryo signaled the guards. The great hall doors sealed with a hollow boom.
I'll shift right here in the corridor. Sato, Inoue, Suzuki, just a few steps, then a new face.
But his body was raw. Sato's features flickered across his bones, then snapped back to Yamato's.
The shifts are lagging. Too many in one day. I am stuck between faces.
And finally, Hiroki Suzuki. Let the last scholar present himself, if he exists.
I am not even Suzuki. I am a collapsing mask. The whole room knows something is very wrong.
A shadow detached from the corridor's dark. Daiki's hand clamped around Hiroki's arm, mid-shift.
Caught you. Fraud. Flickering between faces like a cheap trick. The whole academy will see you now.
It's over. The one witness I couldn't shake, he won't stop until I am in ruins.
Daiki dragged him through the wings and onto the stage, into the glare of 1,000 disbelieving eyes.
Headmaster, this man is every Hiroki. I have photos. I have evidence. He's a single fraud.
Indeed, 5 names. 1 student. The academy does not tolerate deception. Guards, take him to the disciplinary committee.
No escape. Every shift I learned on the streets, every meal I stole, it all ends here.
Hiroki let every borrowed face fall away. He stood as himself, pale, exhausted, and utterly alone. The assembly erupted. Gasps, accusations. Rin's horrified whisper, cutting through the noise. Ryo's voice sealed the order. The disciplinary committee will decide your fate. Until then, you are property of the academy. The heavy oak doors of the committee chamber sealed behind Hiroki, cutting off the distant murmur of the assembly.
Let the record show. Fraud, identity deception, and theft of academy funds across 5 fraudulent scholarships.
Silence is the only shield left. If I speak, they'll twist it into a confession.
The proposed punishment is immediate expulsion and referral to legal authorities. Does the accused have anything to say?
Hiroki stared at the polished table, offering no plea, no excuse.
Before we proceed, I believe there's more to this boy than a ledger of crimes, because I was once an identity shifter myself.
The words sliced through the chamber. Even Ryo's hand paused mid-blow.
Tell me, boy, what made you climb into this academy wearing 5 faces?
Hiroki finally looked up, meeting a gaze that knew the weight of borrowed skin.
The committee is dismissed. I will question this student alone.
When the doors sealed, Hiroki faced the woman who claimed to share his curse.
You want to know why? Fine. I was 8 years old and starving. My face shifted one day, and suddenly I wasn't a target. I was a tool.
He recounted the kitchens he scrubbed, the faces he stole, the constant fear of being caught.
Then the association came. They didn't want a student, they wanted an operative. I chose starvation over being their weapon. So I ran here. I forged applications, sat exams 5 times, gave my real name because it was all I had left. Every scholarship was a meal, a room, a future they wanted to deny.
Reina listened, her hands folded, her eyes betraying nothing of the storm she was weighing.
Still, nothing. She's carved from silence, but she hasn't stopped me. That's something.
When he finished, the chamber was so quiet he could hear his own pulse. Reina's gaze held steady. No comfort, no condemnation. Just a long, unreadable breath.
Decades ago, I wore faces like masks. I was a weapon for the Hunter Association, and I was good at it. My first mission went wrong. A comrade died because he trusted the face I wore. I couldn't hold the shift when it mattered. You and I are the same, built to survive, but audacity without control is suicide. Are you willing to prove your skill? When the committee returns, I won't be here. Instead, you will be wearing my face, my voice, my authority. Convince them you are me.
You want me to become you? For how long?
Until I return. Fail, and the expulsion stands. Succeed, and I may find another path for you.
Fine. I've survived worse. But if I pull this off, you owe me more than reconsideration. You owe me the truth.
If you can hold my skin, you'll earn it.
Hiroki watched Reina's back as she disappeared through a side door. The test had no clock, no rules, only the consequences.
Shift into Reina. Become the woman who holds my fate. Don't crack, don't flicker. Just survive, again.
Hiroki's flesh rippled. Silver hair, wise eyes, calm authority. Every detail of Reina settled into place. When the committee filed back in, they saw their chair seated exactly as before. None suspected.
The student's testimony was illuminating. I will deliver a verdict shortly.
A professor challenged her, asking if her own shifter past compromised her impartiality.
My past is precisely why you need me. I know the desperation that births deception, and the discipline that tempers it.
Then the headmaster pressed. What year did the charter formally recognize identity shift? The trap was set.
The charter matters less than the lives it ruined. I recall a shifter expelled without a hearing. That shame is why I preside.
In a hidden room, the real Reina watched. Her lips curved slightly. The boy was dancing on a knife edge with grace. The doors opened. Reina strode in, and Hiroki's mask dissolved, his real face pale with exhaustion.
You held it. That's enough for a second chance. But now the real work begins. The 5 false scholarships are abolished. In their place, a single merit grant, under your real name, no surnames, just Hiroki.
Just Hiroki? No red crest, no blue, no stolen house?
I will be your mentor. You've proven audacity. Now I will teach you precision and control.
She's not punishing me. She's giving me something I never dared dream, a real place.
With the air of a monarch, Reina summoned the headmaster. Rio entered as if walking into a funeral.
The boy remains. His scholarships are consolidated. His standing is restored under my personal stewardship.
Stewardship? He's a fraud. You undermine everything this academy stands for. I demand a full board review.
And I remind you that my word carries more weight than any board. This matter is closed. You may leave.
Rio's shaking with rage, but I am still here. I am not a weapon. I am not a weapon. I am not a fraud. I am just Hiroki.
The private verdict was sealed. Yet the whispers beyond the chamber promised that the real judgment was still to come. Within the hour, the assembly hall swelled again. Every seat filled with students awaiting the committee's final word.
The disciplinary committee has reached its decision. The 5 Hiroki scholarships were fraudulent, and the student behind them deceived this academy. However, in recognition of unparalleled skill and a drive born of survival, the scholarships are consolidated into one, a single merit grant under the name Hiroki. He will train under my direct mentorship.
A wave of gasps swept the crowd. Some mouths hung open. Others whispered in disbelief. The message was unmistakable.
He's staying. After everything, he's staying. Maybe he's not a monster at all.
A fraud rewarded with a mentor. This academy has lost its mind. He should be expelled, not honored.
Headmaster Ryo stood rigid, his face a mask of cold fury, but he did not speak. Reina's authority had become absolute.
Just Hiroki. No fake surnames, no shifting for scraps. A real scholarship, a real mentor. I am really here.
The crowd's roar faded into a dull hum as Hiroki let the words settle into his bones. The boy who had been 5 was now 1, and for the first time that one had a place. The corridors felt foreign now, not hostile, but raw. Every stare was a verdict Hiroki had never learned to read.
Some still see a fraud, but I am still standing. That's more than I had this morning.
Hiroki, I just wanted to say, I am glad it's you. The real you. And I was wondering if we could still be friends.
Someone actually wants to know me. Not a mask. Just me. Yeah, I'd like that. Just don't expect me to be normal.
Don't get comfortable, Shifter. You stole your place here. One day, the Academy will see you for the parasite you are.
Daiki, your complaint has been noted and dismissed. Hiroki is under my stewardship now. If you have a grievance, you bring it to me.
Daiki's face twisted, but under Reina's cold gaze, he turned and stalked away, leaving a bitter silence.
Hiroki, your training begins now. If you want to survive as one person, you'll need more than audacity. You'll need absolute control.
For the first time, the road ahead was not about survival. It was about becoming someone worthy of the name he had just claimed. The training hall smelled of old sweat and cold stone. Reina stood at its center, waiting.
I've watched you since your first day. 5 faces, 1 hunger. It was audacious, foolish, and impossible. And it worked. I saw a survivor, not a fraud. Someone who could become what I once was, a shifter with nothing but will.
Why me? You could have let them expel me. Why stick your neck out?
The best shifters are survivors. And you, Hiroki, have a will that wouldn't break. That's worth more than any rule.
She sees me, not as a tool, not as a monster, just me.
Now follow my lead. Identity shift is more than mimicry, it's resonance. Feel the mana, then mold it.
Hiroki forced energy into his palms, too bright, too chaotic. Reina's voice cut through the static.
Again, control before power. You survived chaos, now you'll master it.
The first sparks of control flickered, weak but real. For the first time, he trained not to deceive but to grow. That night, Hiroki stood before his own reflection. No borrowed faces, no flickering crest.
This is my face. My real face. I'd almost forgotten what it looked like.
He remembered the cold streets, the stolen kitchen hours, the hunger that never quite left.
All those years, I was just trying not to disappear. And now, I am actually here.
A tear slipped down his cheek, then another. But he was smiling, a real fragile smile. A soft knock at the door. Then Rin's voice, gentle.
Hey, I figured you'd be hungry. Mind if I come in?
Number. Please. Thanks, Rin.
They ate in comfortable silence. No masks, no lies, just 2 students who had become unlikely allies.
A room, a meal, a friend. I never knew I could have this.
The next morning, Hiroki crossed the academy courtyard as the sun climbed over the spires. He wore no borrowed crests. His uniform was plain white, the first honest garment he had ever owned. At the training grounds, Reina already waited, her silver hair catching the light like a blade.
You are here. Good. Today we work on resonance. Your body knows how to survive. Now it must learn to thrive.
He took his stance without being told. Mana flickered at his fingertips, raw, but willing.
This is my place. Not stolen, not borrowed, built with my own hands.
Reina's voice rang out. Again, surviving isn't enough. You were born for more. He had climbed into the academy as 5 people, but he would rise through it as one. The sun broke fully over the horizon, and the boy who had been a ghost now stood solid and real.
I am Hiroki, and I am just getting started.